Hi again, everybody. This video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Dear Ollie, I sent you a story about my manipulative mom and brother earlier. Here is another story, and hope you can pick them. I did a search about manipulative behaviors in the family and found your video sharing other people's similar experiences. Here is the story about my aunt and uncle who have have a house in France where they invite friends and then complain about how much they do for others and accuse them of nonsense. Basically what you call abuse and supply. They invited once a group of disabled children and now tell everyone about it and put pictures of these kids all over the house in large portraits of themselves. My aunt says that her mother abused and her father was loving and kind, but she has large portrait of this abusive mother in her living room and not her father. They were helpful to me when I was staying away from my abusive mother, and I stayed with them for a short period of time, but then said she and I needed to move but then said she but then she said I needed to move out because my auntie likes to walk naked around the house, and said that my abusive mom just loved me in her own loving way as much as she could. Uncle and aunt were not physically abusive, but it was all about what other people would think and mental bullying. For example, someone they know well cheated me out of some money, but they protected them because these people would tell others in the community, so they even excluded me from some events to punish me. Auntie was constantly accusing me of some random made up thing to try to get me to react and create chaos and confusion for no reason. For example, she would make up a story that at some point I didn't greet her properly, or that I gave her an inappropriate sexual look. She is 3 times my age. I didn't know how to respond and thought that she's old and we should respect other people, even though I didn't do anything wrong. But things escalated. I would give them normal gifts for holidays, and she would give me something she bought in a charity shop. For example, she would offer me an old female scarf, even though I am a man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said she at the beginning. You are a man. They would twist things and spread some nonsense stories about me and cause me embarrassment in front of their flying monkey friends. I reduced contact with them, and sometime later, they invited me and my girlfriend to their house in France. When I lived in their house in France, I went to the basement to play some vinyl records on a record player I gave them as a present. Auntie came and said it was too loud. And then she came to the basement and accused me of being selfish because the volume was now too loud and I needed to share the music with others so others can appreciate it also. She then said in front of a bunch of people how there was another kid in the village who also thought that no one loved him, including his mother, comparing me to him, and how we should just get over it. I told her that I was reading a book about narcissism and narcissist personalities. She projected it on me and said is when you look at yourself in the mirror, and I responded that everyone does that, but this was about those who were preoccupied with what others thought of them too much, and she got very nervous and found some old books and told me to read them instead. She told them She then told me that I look like a savage and that I should go and have a shave. This was this was meant to be my holiday in French countryside. I tried to cook something healthy for them because they had health issues, and they started lecturing me about eating healthy and accusing me of using too many vegetables in the cooking and other mean criticism. This incident got very abusive, and I just responded telling them that I had nothing but love for them and that was not good enough for them. I was I was starting to feel I didn't even exist there. It was all about their grandiose stories and their advice on this and that and their portraits on the wall and how generous and charitable they were. This was just a couple of examples of her behavior and nonsense accusations. My uncle is all passive aggressive, who would tell me that his wife was making him crazy. But when I would bring it up, they would just turn it against me and deny it and say I was being disrespectful. It seems like it was just like her, but more covert. While with them in France, he was making inappropriate sexual comments in front of my girlfriend. And earlier, he was suggesting to me that I should swap my girlfriend with him for his wife. When some female neighbor came, he proceeded to address me like his butler and asking me to make them all a cup of tea and laughing how he now has a butler. He then angrily called me to the toilet and shut the door and showed me a few drops of water on the floor, accusing me of pissing on the floor. At this point, you can imagine what I wanted to say to him, but I took a deep breath and some toilet paper and wiped it and decided at that point that these people were going on the no contact list. Things really escalated even more when some more people arrived, when he got an audience, which is something my girlfriend pointed out later. These people came with a little kid, but my auntie was not able to be in the same room as the kid. It was something very strange. She wanted outside instead to dig the garden or sat in a different room. Auntie asked us to get some cakes in the village for their dinner. And when we brought the cakes, she asked us at the dinner why we brought the cakes, like she knew nothing about it. Dinner table was their main circus for covert abuse. Aunt would mention some obscure artist and musician and then make you feel like crap for not knowing who or she was, and other gaslighting. I eat mainly vegetarian and eat a lot of vegetables, and she accused me of being a glutton at the dinner table. They made a scene when I said I would not attend another dinner as I had other plans, and kept trying to pressure me and telling me how much I missed out. Eventually, I came to the conclusion that their narcissistic boat was sinking, and they wanted to sink my boat with them too and make me crazy. My girlfriend was there also, but she didn't see it immediately and didn't believe me. When I told her we needed to cut the stay with them short and go stay in a hotel to go to a different place of France, she kept telling me to be nice to them until Auntie said something that made her upset and comparing her to someone else and tried to get her involved in some drama with a neighbor who wouldn't sell his land to them and was asking my girlfriend, who is a lawyer, to get involved in their nonsense. She then had enough too, and we left. Well, I would ask why it took your girlfriend having it turned on her before she saw it. Because if she couldn't see all this happening to you, I would question what's going on with your girlfriend. It wasn't until it was turned on her that she reacted to it. Look, no matter what you do, this type of narcissist is going to say the opposite. If you eat healthy, you're a glutton. If you listen to the music, it's the wrong music. If you listen to it too loud, the music's too loud. If you listen to it too low, you're being selfish and not sharing it with everybody. The bands you like are different from the bands she likes. She brings up obscure shit specifically so she can use it against you. And what your girlfriend didn't understand at the time is, by being in a relationship with you, the black sheep, she then takes on a pseudo black sheep role as well. So it's only a matter of time for the same tactics that are used on you are used on her, which she saw firsthand. They are trying to bully a 100-year-old man whose wife just died and is selling some property to them. They make they make him sound like some kind of monster and themselves is more reasonable. The old man apparently accused my auntie of being a haughty witch. Talking to this old man made me cry, and I felt so sorry for him. He lives alone with his dog. When narcissists see something they want, they're going to take it. My father scammed a house and an estate out of a woman who was dead a few months later. This kind of abuse is so subtle to someone that to someone who is not used to it might seem like I was the one who was not being nice when I challenged them, for example, on some of the nonsense. I told them that I wasn't going to listen to sick people tell me how to eat healthy, etc. They asked my girlfriend for her phone number, but I was able to destroy that piece of paper they wrote it on. I've been no contact for a couple of years now. They tried sending me messages asking if there was any special reason why I was not in touch, implying I did something wrong and not even asking how I was doing. There was no way to reply to that message without admitting some kind of guilt, like I didn't have a right to no contact. Surely after their behavior, it is reasonable to expect no contact. What else can they expect? I've had it with these insidious narcs. They pretend that they want to help, but it's all about their agenda and how to make themselves look good. Exactly. Exactly. Which is why you don't have to read the emails they send you after your no contact. These people are never going to change their ways. They are never going to stop manipulating. They are never going to stop trying to scam people. It's never going to happen. You are nothing more to them than a slave who ran away. You're the butler who ran away. Like your brother-in-law, whoever that was calling you. That's it. That's it. You're nothing more than an indentured servant, a butler, a slave who got away. That's it. And that's all you'll ever be to them. That's why you never go back, you never look back, and you don't even acknowledge any of their correspondence ever, ever, ever. So thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, or a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal link and my email link in the description box. And remember, when you do send me your story on the email link, be sure to put on top of the email whether it is with or without contribution and what name you'd like to go by. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.